Hello, this is another one of my videos where I solve the quests from Everybody Codes 2025 challenge. We're down to the last two quests. I'm going to be doing quest 19 in this video. I don't have a huge amount of time to do this, so I'm going to have to hope I finish this in way less than an hour. So let's get started and open quest 19. Here are a number of triplets. How many ahead of you? So just located 5 segments ahead of your starting position. It's Flappy Bird. Not flapping causes you to drop by 1 segment. Since a solid floor just beyond the final wall. Few wing flaps as possible. S. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I forgot to make my boilerplate. Copy that. In golang. Nope. Quest 19. New file, main.go. Okay, we are only doing part 1 for now. Make sure all these say 9, 9, 9. Okay. Scanner. And then these will be what is it? comma 0 for scanner.scan numsters strings.split scanner.text comma conv.a2i of numsters 0 to walls append wall info x, y, height. Okay, now I need to find the lowest number of up flaps that I can do. So I'm just going to have a list of where I am and number of up flaps to get there. Okay. Actually, for wall info, actually, what I want is I want lokes and flaps. Array of okay. Range false. Okay, now right. Okay, so then for underscore comma loc range myloc. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna make that make a map from int. So this will be height off the floor and number of flaps. Height off the floor and negative number of flaps. then this will be duck y for y okay, x dist wall.x minus target plus plus. Okay, so to get to target with a okay, so let's say y dist duck y minus target, then if, okay, up flaps is 0 when y dist equals x dist. Right. Up flaps is if up flaps is 0 when y dist is equal to x dist. Up flaps of 1 when right, because if y dist is up flaps is 0 when up flaps is 1 when y dist is equal to x dist minus 2. So what I want is x dist minus y dist divided by 2. So up flaps x dist if up flaps less than 0 or okay, so 7, we could just get to 7. Yes. Nextest, continue. New locus, oh man, this is taking me way too long. New locus of target equals min new locus of target duck up flaps neg minus up flaps. Okay. Then okay, I think that works. Oh, I already downloaded it. I just forgot. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, and so it says you can't get there. Okay, so let me plug in the test data. Okay. Okay, and it says here you can't get anywhere. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to run it in the debugger. And Okay, xdest is that. Wall.y. Xdest is 7. Is -7. Oh. Ugh. Okay. Stupid. Stupid Go. Go inherited C's stupid convention for what %2 means, or what percent means. That is 24. 52. Yay, okay. Took me way too long because I screwed up the convention on what percent means for Go. Here, what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. There. That's another way to do it. Okay. Some walls have multiple chat passages, so choosing the right one is key to finding the best path. Ah. Okay. So I need to modify my structure slightly. Okay. Read in all the walls, then what I actually want now is this is walls 1, walls 1, walls 2, make wall info. And what these are going to be is these are going to be walls grouped by x distance. Walls have multiple passages. So I'm going to assume that the x distance is always the same. Not a great assumption necessarily, but sure. For walls 1, for wall in range walls 1. Actually, I'm going to call this walls 2. X yeah, this is stupid. I just wanna group them by wall.x. So yeah. So if for idx high less than 1 high plus plus, if idx high, if walls 1 idx high dot x is not equal to walls idx dot x break. Walls 2. Oh. Walls 2 dot append. Yeah. Walls 2 append. Walls 1 bracket idx colon idx high. idx equals idx high minus 1. Okay. Walls in walls 2. For wall range walls download, move, run. Okay, plant action. $7.90. Yay, okay. Part 3. Okay, because of how I did this, I think I'm okay. I already handled the effect of compression. I think I already handled the effect of compression, so let's the effect I would get from coordinate compression, that is. Okay, cool. Well, that was fun. So, yep, quest 19. I will tackle quest 20 probably sometime this weekend. And, yeah, let's just, let's... Okay. Yeah, so let's see, do I do these? Yes, no need for that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's really any need to clean this up. Oh. Quest 19. Push that up. Hey, once again, I am breaking in to this video that I had recorded and thought I was done, and I thought, oh, I did this problem so fast, this is going to be a really short video, and I realized I made a mistake, and I'm lucky that it didn't turn around and bite me. I was trying to be clever at doing something and completely screwed it up. So I'm going to explain something and hopefully head off some questions from the comments, because I do something here that makes no sense, and I will probably admit it makes absolutely no sense. So the problem is this. In here, when I have my variable, my lokes, the intent here, and I'm gonna write this down explicitly as I talk. Intent here is to track for each height the minimum number of flaps to get there. This isn't as simple as doing something like this isn't as simple in golang as it might be in Python, isn't as simple a one-liner. So in Python, I might do something like my locations bracket target equals minimum of my lokes dot get target maximum value, where maximum value is set to some integer way higher than any integer in any of the input, and then computed flaps. So in Python I could do something like that because I have that that function to get and to get with default. In Go, there isn't a way to get and get with default. You have to do something a little more complicated that takes more lines. And I was trying to be clever and do it all in one line and take advantage of the fact that, well, hey, in Go, the default value is always 0. So obviously I can't obviously in Go, this won't work. Obviously in Go, this won't work to say something like that. Obviously that won't work, but and in you can't do it in just one line. You have to be a little more clever. The reason this won't work in Go is because if you ask for the value of this map at a target that it doesn't have yet, it will just return 0, and 0 will always be the minimum, and so you won't ever get anywhere. I tried to be clever and say, but if I have the negative, if I make my lokes record the negative value, then I can just use something like max or min to get there, and no, just negating everything doesn't actually save you. And what I'm computing here is I'm effectively doing something like, that, which is not at all what I want. I don't want to record the maximum of up flaps if there are two different ways to get to a spot. I want to record the minimum number of up flaps. Now, in fact, the way the problem is set up, any path from A to B, I believe, unless there are like two paths, any path from A to B is going to use the same number of up flaps total, because like the height here and height here, the number of up flaps, wait a second, I could just use the first and last value and just assume there is a way through it. Hold on. Let me check this out. Go back to the quests. Quest 19. Here. Okay, so we start at 0, 0, and we end at 40, 2. No, we end at 40. We start at 0, 0. We end at 40, 8. And they say, oh, this obviously takes 24 up flaps. Okay, so if you do 40, if you do 40 plus 8, and you cut that in half, you get 24. Okay, so here you get 22. Okay, so it's not quite as... Okay, yeah, no, here you get 22, so we end at 40 comma 4. So, actually, wait, was this problem even simpler than I thought? Let's take the last value. Let's take the last value and add up the last $4410137. Aha. So it isn't in fact that it isn't quite that simple. We do end up much higher. Okay, good. I feel a little bit better now. I mean, so anyway, the reason this this mistake here did not, in fact, bite me is because there will never be a case where you can get to one particular target by multiple routes. The only question is, can you get to that target at all? And so, in fact, what I could do is just change this to a bool, true, bool, and change that to true, there. Actually, okay, and now if I run this, okay, 52 was the right answer initially, yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna go for it and change it everywhere. So so the question is really, yeah, anytime you reach a specific spot, it has to have taken up flaps that are your x-coordinate plus your y-coordinate divided by 2. There's no other way to get there. Where do I say that? Okay, that's a problem. Oh, yes, because I forgot to do my divide by 2. Yep, okay, so in fact, this problem was even simpler. Yeah, so this intent that I did, that was completely wrong. Anyway, thank you for putting up with my little whoopsie here at the end. And now back to me in the original recording. Okay, and I will see you next time for Quest 20, and we will finish all of this. Thank you for watching, and comment if you have any questions. I'm going to try to put up a video where I go through this and explain some of my logic. I'm going to try to make that a little bit more fast-paced. You might have noticed it's kind of hard for me to make fast-paced videos. That's not something that comes naturally to me, and I don't have a lot of practice at it. So my videos tend to be a little bit long and rambling. But I'll see what I can do here to make an explainer video of some of the more interesting problems. I'm especially interested in that one, explaining that one that involves the ducks flying in formation and how long it will take for the whole formation to even out. I think that's kind of interesting. Once you remove the bit where I had written part of a solution that screwed me up and made it hard to find and hard to debug. And if you watch that video, I forget off the top of my head which quest number that is. If you watch that video, you'll see that it takes a long time to get there, and so it might be easy to miss what's going on and the explanation in that video. So anyway, check out all of the videos here. I'm going to put up an end card that will have a link to the playlist of everything from 2025 way up top, and then below that a link to a playlist that includes everything from all of Everybody Codes of the Everybody Codes videos that I've put up. And yeah, we'll have more of these videos coming, but I'm not really sure when.